let's see here. Okay, so on the day after Thanksgiving, what did you do that day?
I went shopping. I go shopping every year, day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday shopping. I wake up about 4 o'clock and I go shopping.
Okay, so where did you go that day if you remember?
I usually go to Meijer, and then from there I'll head up to Marshall's and Lapeer, and then sometimes I will hit the, not Home Depot, the other home improvement store, Menards. I would hit Menards.
And on that date, when you went, it was the 26th, correct?
Yes, correct.
Do you know, when you left your house, did you know what James and Ethan, your son, were going to be doing that day?
No, they were sleeping when I left.
Okay, when you got home, were they home or were they where were they?
They weren't home.
Did they ever come home?
Yeah, I texted my husband and asked where you're at, and I believe he called me and told me that him and Ethan were at the Acme firearm store looking at guns.
Okay.
And then they came home from there.
Okay, did they purchase a gun that day?
They did.
Okay, the prosecution brought in exhibits showing the receipts, all of that. You weren't with them when they bought the gun, correct?
No, I was not.
Okay. You did post on Facebook a photo of the gun. We saw the post, correct?
Correct.
And in the post that's been admitted already, you described it as your son's Christmas gift. Can you explain who wanted the gun? What does it mean?
They had rented a 9mm at the shooting range before, so they knew it was the type of gun, or the size gun, I guess what it is, that they wanted to get. And my son and my husband did a lot of texting back and forth. My son did a lot of research on it, and they're comparing different ones that they wanted to buy. That went on for a couple months. My husband just kind of kept blowing it off, like, not right now. And then I guess when I was out shopping, they said, well, let's go try on Black Friday, see if we can get one on sale or if there's any deals going on.
Okay, so they ultimately did get one?
Right.
Now, did you object? Did you say, I don't want that gun in the house? Anything like that?
No, I was more angry that they cut into our Christmas tree time. Usually cut my Christmas tree down right after I get back from shopping, but I had to wait for them. So I was irritated at that. When
they came home, did they show you the gun?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you guys do?
They just showed me it was on the kitchen counter, and then my husband put it up and we went to the Christmas tree farm.
What do you mean by put it up?
He put it back in the case with the cable lock and back in the bedroom.
Okay, let's talk about just guns overall. This jury needs to understand some details, okay? If I ask a question you don't know what I'm talking about, let me know. Because
Okay.
Are guns your thing?
Not really, no.
Okay, but do you have awareness about guns within your home?
I do.
Okay, who is responsible for storing the gun?
My husband is.
Okay, explain why you say he's responsible for that role.
I just didn't feel comfortable being in charge of that. It was more his thing, so I let him handle that. I didn't feel comfortable putting the lock thing on it. I just rather not let him do it.
And I think in one of the messages that was admitted with Brian, you called it a string lock?
Yeah.
Okay, do you understand now it's a cable lock?
I do.
Okay. So, were there ever any times where you would take the cable lock off or put it on?
No.
Now, there were, prior to buying that gun, did James own any other guns?
He did.
How many?
2.
And by 2, the jury has seen the Derringer and the Kel-Tec. Were those the other 2?
Correct.
Okay, so those are the other 2 guns. How were those stored?
They were stored in a safe.
Okay, and was that different than the 9mm?
It was.
Okay, explain to the jury the difference.
We had a gun safe, so when they bought the 2 other guns, they transported the 2 other guns into the gun safe. And then everything else, well, I don't know. Everything went, like the cable lock and the other case went somewhere. The 9mm was in a case, but it was locked it was in the case locked with a cable lock.
Okay, and how the cable lock that was on the 9mm, what did you have to use to get the cable lock opened?
A key.
Okay, did you have possession of the key?
No.
Okay, where was the key?
I collected German beer steins, so it was in one of the beer steins.
Where are those located?
Throughout the house. We have them on top of there's a ledge over the refrigerator in our kitchen. So they go from wall to wall. Then we had corner shelves in our house that had them. We had a lot.
Okay, did you know which particular beer stein the cable lock key was in?
No.
Do you know if your son knew which beer stein it was in?
No.
What about ammunition for the 9mm? Was there any bought on the 26th when the weapon was purchased?
No.
Okay, so that day we saw, obviously, your Facebook post. You describe it as your son's gift. Did he have free access to that gun?
No, it was for him to use at the shooting range only.
Was he allowed to take it out?
Not without my husband around.
Did he know where it was kept?
My husband hid it usually in our bedroom in different spots.
Okay. What was the intention of hiding it?
That's just what you're supposed to do.
Okay. And when it was hidden, was it locked in any way?
It had the cable lock on it.
Okay. And you again testified about the key being in a beer stein?
Correct.
Would the beer stein be right by the cable lock? Or?
No.
Okay, so where would the beer stein be?
It would probably be in one of the ones in the kitchen.
Okay, so the key's out there, and then you've got did you know where the gun was hidden in your room on November 26th when you put it away?
No.
Okay, on November 27th, we saw the whole video of you going to the shooting range with Ethan, correct?
Correct.
With your son, correct?
Correct.
Okay, on that day, we see in the video that you carry the gun case into the gun range, right?
Correct.
Okay, how did the gun get to the gun range?
Well, my husband had got it ready for me and put it in the back of my car, and
What does that mean? Got it ready for
took
you?
the cable lock off. I guess I put the magazine things in the case and put it in the back of my car, and then I drove with my son to the shooting range with the gun in the back of my car. That's how it got there.
Okay. Did you see him or watch him take the cable lock off that day?
No.
Why not?
I think I was just doing something else. I didn't pay attention.
Okay, so when you got to the gun range, we saw in the video you carry it to the counter. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, the jury's seen all this, 5 bullets, and then you guys go shooting, correct?
Correct.
Okay, we obviously see you and your son. That shows the whole experience while you're there.
Correct.
Okay, so while you're there, how interested were you in shooting that weapon?
I shot it a couple times. I don't know, shooting's kind of boring. I'm more like skeet shooting, where actually something's going on. So I shot it a couple times, and he did the rest.
Okay, and did you end up posting something about it being a Mother's-Son Day?
I did.
How did you feel about that day?
It was a fun day. He asked me if I wanted to go to the shooting range with him, and he's never asked me, just me, to go before. My husband was doing DoorDash, and I felt good about it.
How many times had you been to the shooting range before that day?
Once.
And when you went the one other time, who else was present?
My husband.
So this was the first day you're the only adult going?
Correct.
Okay, so we see obviously in the video you carry the gun in the case out. Did it have the cable lock on at that point?
No.
Okay, so what did you do from there?
This is when we're leaving.
Yeah.
I put the gun in the back of my vehicle and drove.
Explain where in the back of your vehicle.
So in the back of the SUV, it has a little thing that opens up where the spare tire is. I put it under there.
Okay, and then where did you go?
I went home.
And did you take the gun in the house?
No, I took the bullets in the house and hid them, and my husband took the gun in the house when he got home from work.
Okay, so was there a period of time that the gun was not in the home but in your car?
Yeah, probably for a couple hours.
Okay, why is that?
I just don't feel comfortable with it. I don't. That's his thing.
Okay, so on that Saturday, it was left in the vehicle, and your vehicle was locked.
Correct.
Do you know if the gun was brought into the house and put away?
Yes.
Okay, how do you know that?
My husband told me.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you Did you watch him do anything in terms of putting it away, or if you didn't, just let me know.
No, I didn't.
Okay. The next day is Sunday, correct?
Correct.
And on that day, was there any? Do you recall any issues with the weapon? Any issues with the gun?
No.
Okay.